beyond your mind. And that power is ignited. We engage in the simple spiritual act of loving thy neighbor as thyself. And in business, if you don't, it won't work. What is business? It's finding a way to do more for others than anybody else. Pretty good religion. It's finding a way to truly serve. It's caring enough to understand other people instead of just forcing your ideas on them because you're excited. It's taking the time to connect, understand, and appreciate. And with that, you're given the gift of influence. Because when people feel cared for and loved and understood, they're open. But ultimately, business is about how do I take what I envision and make it real? How do I take the invisible and convert it into visible? We're all creators. Our Creator made us to create. Most people maintain. Most people manage the meager resources of their life. I invited you here to remind you what you know in your soul. You're a fucking creator. Anything you can now, or if you've been super disciplined, maybe just a different level of thinking. But if our entire focus is do more for others than anybody else, push through our fears and keep finding a way, what's more spiritual than that? And you know what's so amazing? When you can quickly learn to take what you envision and convert it to reality as it happens faster and faster and you become more masterful at it, you have less and less fear. Because you know that you're made to create, not to manage shit. And when you can do that, you'll have a whole lot more joy. So this next week, I would engage in a spiritual conversation. Most people don't think of business as spiritual. I wouldn't have got here if it was about money. I eventually figured out how to deal with the money, but that's not what I got in the game for. I got in the game for the same reason, and I'm still here for that. Only different is I've learned to not let my stressful thoughts run me. They still show up because they're not mine. How many millions of years have people been worrying they won't have enough resources, time, energy, money, love, friends? How many million, thousands of years this has been going on? If I told you 100 years ago we'd go to the moon and back, you called me a lunatic, a crazy. That's where the term comes from. Nobody calls me a lunatic anymore because we've fucking been there multiple times. Oh, by the way, you're gonna have a box 15 years ago. So let's say I told you you're gonna have a box in your pocket. You can pull it out, push some buttons, and invisible waves around the earth will come in the box and you will see a person on the other side of the earth and talk to them. It sounds crazy, but it is true. It's invisible waves, isn't it? And they come in your box. Not like that. You took that way too far, sir. But is it true? If you go to your cable and you turn one channel, the way it's organized today, it's all comedies. Turn another channel, it's all horror stories. Turn another channel, it's romantic comedies. Turn another channel, it's horror. It depends on what it is, but all you have to do is change the channel. Your channel is your physiology, my dear. You have a habit of telling the story of fight so you can justify why you're not where you think you should be. Let that fucking story go and you'll just get to where you want to be.